Everyone, we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome to the LRA meeting here, the Board of Commissioners, and it's great to see everyone in the room here today. Just want to say good morning, and my name is Gail Brown, and I am serving as the Vice Chair today in absence of a chair, and I'd like to introduce here our Commissioner Vile. And we will be leading the meeting today. So with that, again, we're calling the meeting to order, and we have minutes that have been sent earlier, and I'd like to ask for a motion to approve those minutes.
Motion to approve the minutes from the April.
Commissioners, you're not coming through that phone.
I was
coming through the phone.
Okay.
Coming through here.
So.
And then go to your speak a little louder. No, you're coming through here.
Okay.
So just use your outside voice.
All right. For the minutes from our April meeting, April 26th, I would like to offer a motion to approve those minutes.
Okay, second. All those approved? Yes.
Yes.
We have a call. Yeah, call.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Val?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Motion, minutes have been approved. Next, I'd like to adjust the agenda to remove item 54 from our agenda. It was voted and stands as approved from our April meeting, so that will be adjusted and removed from our agenda today. Okay. 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 Absolutely. Okay. All right. Next on our agenda, we have item number 3, and we would like to adjust that.
Could I offer
Yes.
you just to repeat the agenda adjustment for the audience so they're aware of what you just said?
Okay. Okay. We are removing item from our agenda, from our offers. We are removing item number 54 from our agenda. So it is item number 54. It stands as approved from our April meeting. So we are removing that from the agenda that you have before you.
Just to do it as a motion.
Okay. All right. And I'd like to make that motion that we remove item 54 from our agenda. I make that motion.
Second?
The motion's been made and second. Is there any question?
Somebody wanted to speak on that, or we can get to them?
No, we'll do that later.
Okay.
Okay. All right, then.
Roll call.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Val?
Yes.
Next, on our agenda, what we would like to do at this point is call for public input. Is there someone from the public that would like to present? Okay. We do have one person online, and we ask that you keep your comments to 2 minutes. Okay, so if there's anyone online or from the public, I will first start off with the online person, if we can allow them to speak at this time.
Hello.
Hello.
This is Maureen Wagner. I'm the board secretary of the African People's Education and Defense Fund, and I would like to cede my time to Onezene Shatella, who I believe is in the room.
I'm sorry. What is their name again?
Ona.
Okay. Okay. Anna, please. Thank you.
Okay, so my name is Ona Zanea Satella, and I'm the board president of the African Peoples. Just really want to thank you for giving me this opportunity. I want to appreciate the removal of and I also want to acknowledge and appreciate Lance Snow, who is the LRA director and vice senior president of economic development. So I just really want to appreciate his work and everything he has done to help the African People's Education and Defense Fund move forward. But I do want to speak to the commission just, around the process of, trying to have ordinary people get these properties, and also Black businesses and individuals to get this process, go through this process. So we believe that the current beginning of the process needed to become truly transparent. We want the process to be truly transparent and with written procedures and things like that, so we can know exactly how we should be moving as a person that is applying for these properties and also individuals that are applying for these properties. We have made our own process. We made our own process up, because there was no process in place for us to guide us through this process. So we wanted to let you know that we feel that this process do need written guidelines to help people get through this process, because it's not easy. And being a nonprofit of 30 years, we have experience, but most people in the community do not have this experience. So we want to make sure that that's clear. So the whole question of the 350 feet radius of the properties, we want to say that in our process, out of 45 of those properties in that area, 24 of those were vacant. So that was more than half of the properties that was in that 350 foot radius. And 55% of those vacant properties were owned by LRA. And we were able to gain 11 signatures and one letter from an organization to put in our packet. This process took us about 18 hours of field work and 15 hours of administrative work, which is a lot for a nonprofit. That we're very small. So even people like individual people who want to do this process, it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of teamwork. So we wanted to put that out there to let you know that maybe you should be looking at that process, and if anything that we can do to help to make that process easier for you. But I just want to say that this issue is bigger than APDF. The many years of experience as a nonprofit has prepared us for the difficult process of applying for and obtaining properties for development in our community. However, this is not generally true, as I said, for regular people in small businesses or individuals. We know homeowners, residents, and businesses in our community face the same challenges. Even with the new process, we know because we are out in the community doing door-to-door, holding public meetings at our own community center, attending neighborhood association meetings, and attending webinars and everything. We are out in the community trying to really, help people see that the north side should be looking like the south side. So during the past 6 years, we have been trying to improve the north side community. We have faced opposition the entire way, particularly from former staff and aldermen. Despite any roadblocks placed in front of us, we kept building. We had transformed the community so much that the LRA told us that we wanted to be a model for what the properties should be used for. APDF has invested more than $1 million in the north side of St. Louis in the past 6 years. And we don't want to stop. We want to continue to do that and make the north side look like the south side. We are a success story. So real grassroots community development from the ground up that starts with the people and is rooted in the needs and reality of life in our community. Our neighborhoods have expressed profound appreciation in so many ways. The transformation we have done has uplifted everyone. It has sparked everyone on the White Florissant corridor to start to repair their homes, start to look at their businesses in a different way, because we have made those small changes that we have made in the community So we wanted this board to know that. We are excited that the mayor appointed Neil Richardson as well as Lance Knuckles to this position. And we really want to continue to work with Mr. Knuckles and Mr. Richardson and the mayor in any way that we can. We had two dilapidated buildings that we tore down, and we made a state-of-the-art basketball court for the kids to play, have a safe place to play. They were out in the road playing. We said, okay, let's do something to get them off the streets and get them into a safe environment. So we are hoping that you guys can come and do a tour and visit. Come to the grand opening at our basketball. It's going to be June 17th. We're going to have a great time. We're inviting the entire community out. So the SLDC joined the people's call for economic justice to focus on our historically disenfranchised and disinvested community, the North Side. We want to be a new era that will make LRA properties available to benefit the Black community, residents, and nonprofits. But we are concerned that, again, that the abrogation of this process needs to be changed and work for the people and not against the people. So that's what I want to say. I want to appreciate Lance Knuckles and all the work that he's done. And I just want to say that Lance Knuckles came to our organization August of 2022, and he toured the whole Black Power blueprint, and he saw the significant changes that we've made in the community. So I just really want to appreciate you again, Lance, and thank you again.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for giving me these few minutes. I'm on the board of the African People's Education and Defense Fund, APEDF, and want to really acknowledge SLDC Vice President, Mr. Knuckles, and support the overall goals of the SLDC and the LRA in moving forward in this new period. My name is Kitty Riley. Thank you. You may not know, but the mission of APEDF is to defend the human and civil rights of the African community, to create programs and institutions that address the grave disparities in health, education, and economic development faced by African people. And we know, that the goals of the LRA properties are supposed to be for the community. We acknowledge that. And in fact, many of the properties of the city's land bank were taken from the Black community in the past to things like tax liens and code enforcement fines that could not be paid due to the lack of genuine economic development and enforced impoverishment. So APEDF has been working for the past 6 long, hot summers and cold winters to make change. We've been here. And along with the community, we've had to struggle with the previous LRA commission and aldermen every step of the way, brick by brick, to make the incredible transformation that can be seen if you go up to West Florissant Avenue. We moved with urgency and a commitment to overturn the verdicts that were rooted in city policies and practices for decades that left North St. Louis to rot. So, we began the project in 2017. We were sitting in a community that was majority unemployed, underemployed, no place to eat, no place to shop, no place to get fresh food, whole community events that commemorate family milestones, no joy or place to showcase and celebrate the incredible culture of the St. Louis Black community that it was once known for throughout the world. The community, as you know, is surrounded by derelict, abandoned buildings with roofs caved in all the way to the basement, showing asbestos, mold, mildew, glass shards. One never sees children and families just walking about. Either the schools are long abandoned and rotten with glass from broken windows all over the sidewalks, or once occupied schools are closing every year. The infant and maternal mortality rate for Black women and children is one of the highest in the country. I must say, under the courageous leadership of Board President Ona Zanea Shigella, this is what APEDF and its Black Power blueprint has been addressing through the African community's struggles for economic and political power. We have provided jobs, ongoing relationships with contractors, tradespeople, keeping the resources circulating in the community. Oh, you got to just come up and see it, okay? So I will say that, we plan to continue to transform North St. Louis with the Women's Health Program, a business support center, and our biggest project of all, the Uhuru Chico Kitchen, that'll create jobs, training, and income. And also, we just want to really urge the city of St. Louis to make millions of dollars that are coming in from grants from the Community Development Administration and St. Louis Development Corporation, to make these available to the community, and we hope that no misunderstandings would be in the way of us being evaluated objectively for the work that we've done and the partners we've been to this point. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I would just like to speak to this particular issue. Just to say that my name is, let me try to get here quicker than that. Give me 60 seconds. My name is Life Malcolm, and I'm an attorney that represents APDF, and I wanted to just introduce myself to the board, number one, and say that I really appreciate Mr. Knuckles being the example of this African proverb that leads and guides me in almost everything I do. It says that a wise person will always find a way to do what's right. And I appreciate the leadership of Mr. Knuckles, and I look forward to seeing that same kind of leadership from the board. There's a way to do what is right, and I'm sure that we can accomplish great things together. The LRA has a lot of resources. The APDF has a lot of experience, in working together, we can transform this community. So I look forward to this fruitful relationship. Thank you so much for your time.
Good morning, board. My name is Emery Rains, and I'm a professional actress and producer and the CEO and founder of Grab My Bag, a luggage delivery service from airport baggage claim to the traveler's requested location. The press has been calling us the Uber or Lyft for luggage, and in just over 2 years, I've grown this business and received an ARCH grant last year, 2022, and was asked to relocate our business headquarters here to St. Louis in order to provide growth opportunities and development both for the city and for employment. I did that, and I'm excited to be here in the city and bring both entertainment and travel to the city and help to increase the revenue that is coming in. But I can't do that without your help. I put in a bid for the property on Salisbury, that's number 29, and it was, reduced to saying just parking, and that is not what we're looking to do. Given what Grab My Bag is, we need our dispatch location, and we are looking to use that property to not only hopefully help to develop the city in that area, but as our main kind of headquarters as we start. So we do have to start somewhere, and we're attempting to do that with this property. And so I would like to ask you all to respectfully please reconsider approving our purchase of this property. It would allow us to begin to bring job opportunities into the city. We do hope to eventually develop it, but because we are mobile, we would be using our dispatch location for that area, as well as our company vehicles, and our grabbers would have a location to come so that we can decrease the traffic and the congestion at the airport, and we can make things more efficient. So we appreciate your time this morning. We have been featured in Fox, CBS. They've done stories around us, the St. Louis American. This is something that not only St. Louis is excited about, but that the nation is excited about. I have over 3,000 grabbers nationwide, and we are growing. And like I said, we can't grow in St. Louis without your help. So I hope you will reconsider and give us an opportunity to purchase the property. Thank you.
Item number 22, William here.
My name is William Spears. I own a company called the Hall Pros LLC, a transportation company. We tow things throughout the local St. Louis area in different states. I put a bid for $1,800 apiece for each land and lot that was owned by the LRA, 4307 College and 4310. So just that area right there is just an overall rough area. There's not too many businesses that are, in the area that make it, I had a vision, to try to revamp the area, put a nice fence up, a nice lot, maybe paved, with a nice sign, to just make it look like it's something more than just buildings that have been knocked down in the project that took place last year. Throughout the summer, they just came and just basically knocked everything down, and then it just looks like everything is empty over there. It's just like you ride through maybe one block, there might be 4 houses, two or three houses there, and I think it would look better with businesses if they're, just rather than land just sitting and, sometimes the city, doesn't have time to cut all those lots, and so it grows super high, and then they find the time they finally cut them. But I mean, it's just like something can be right there, and somebody that owns it could be taking care of it and making it look good. It just looks like the hood with no business. It looks, I guess, a little better with the buildings knocked down, but it's kind of looks desolate. So I just thought that you guys would consider, let me purchasing the property and just show you what I can do with it. That's all. All right, thanks. That's fine. All right. Thank you for your time.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Aman Al-Alim. I'm here because of the property at 1908 and 1906 Core Avenue. I'd like to purchase that the lot. I'm sorry. I'd like to purchase that lot to just develop it for extra room for my children to play. Kind of a situation you'd like to have them close to the house where you can see them, a place where they can play at, and just develop it like that. Maybe an above-ground pool, things like that.
We do have a couple others, have 611, Parents LLC, and they said they were supposed to drive them. I don't find it on their agenda, and neither do I find it.
Those folks were here and Thank you. Thank you.
So that concludes, who I have signed up.
No other comments, we'll move to formal session. And we definitely appreciate all the public participation, so I'm going to yield the floor back to the commissioners.
Next on our agenda, we have the offers to purchase.
Offers to purchase are parcels owned by LRA that consist of unoccupied ground or physical structures, single-family residences, side lots, 2FF, 4FF, et cetera, et cetera. The offerers have submitted offers to purchase with the intention of rehabbing properties as residential or commercial projects, an extension of their yard space, community gardens, or green spaces to enhance and beautify the community. Section A, new construction. New construction program are for Class A lots, a minimum of 4,000 square feet in total land with no more than 3 contiguous lots per offer.
The first offer in this category, number one, we have 4160 Delmar Boulevard, 4142 Delmar Boulevard, and 4146 Delmar Boulevard. Reviewing these offers, I'd like to make a motion that we counter the offer received for $73,851 for a 12-month option to purchase, with closing being contingent upon approval of plans, budget, and financing. Okay. Okay, all right. All right, there's been an update, and the counter is for $32,344 and not $73,851 for a 12-month option.
Actually, it's going to be acceptance of this bid. Based upon this information, we can accept.
Okay, all right. So rather than accept, okay. All right. All right, this is going to be, looking at this, it's an update. We are going to accept the bid that has been presented for 4160, 4142, and 4146.
So, yeah, so
Okay.
we're actually be accepting for this one.
Okay.
And then to other ones that we only want to accept the
Okay.
first one
Okay.
for the new construction. Just the rest of this is.
Okay.
Commissioner, can I?
Yes, yes, please.
Let me
Yeah.
just offer, for, can I have the floor? Commissioner?
Yes, please.
So in item number one for property listed for 4160 Delmar, 4142 Delmar, and 4146 Delmar, we're actually countering with an option for all 3 parcels to ensure that the development has an opportunity to not only, one, engage and allow us to create a green infrastructure product, but also to give the offerers an ability to pull together their full capital stack to be able to move forward on the project. And so this is an acceptance of really wanting to move forward and identify the best pathway forward to support the development.
So we counter. Okay, go ahead.
So that is the counter.
Okay, the
Is
counter,
moving into an option
yeah,
to give them time.
yeah. And so we countered it, but then, I got you.
What is acceptance?
I understand, but the total is the counter.
Yes.
That we had originally, what I originally said. Yeah, 73. Okay, that's what I had just originally said, and then we said, okay. So we are countering?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So it's okay for me to make a motion to counter then? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right. We have a counter, for $73,851 with a 12-month option to purchase, with closing being contingent upon plans, budget, and financing. And do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, is there any question? Hearing no question, could we call for the vote?
Brown?
Yes.
Yes.
Number 2, we have the properties listed, as 3654 Cook, 3658 Cook, and 3662 Cook Avenue. And the offer has been presented by Extreme Team LLC, and I'd like to make a motion to reject this offer due to the condition of other city-owned existing property.
Second.
Are there any questions? Hearing no question, I'd like to call for the vote.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Motion carries. Next on our agenda, item number 3. You see the parcels listed in the chart there. We have parcels along Blair, Herder, and Angel Ross Street, and I'd like to make a motion to counter the offer presented, counter the offer to $6,650, with closing being contingent upon approval of plans, budget, and financing.
Second.
Okay, any question? Could we call for the vote?
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Motion carries. We move to our next program.
Section B is our as-is rehab program. The as-is rehab program are Class A residential buildings up to 6 units, no more than 1 building with no more than 2 contiguous lots or 1 commercial building.
First in this category, we have item number 4, and that's 1017 Gimblin Street. In looking at that, would like to make a motion to defer this offer pending community input, some more support prior to the commission decision.
Second.
It's been moved in second. Any question? Hearing no question, call for the vote.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Item number 5, 2724 Bird Avenue. Like to make a motion to defer this offer pending community input prior to the commission decision.
Second.
We moved in second. Are there any questions? Hearing no questions, call for the vote.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Next, we have item number 6, and we have 4465 Greer and 4467 Greer, submitted by Investors Union LLC, and we would like to make a motion to counter for $2,730, with closing being contingent upon approval of budget and financing.
Second?
Been moved in second. Any question?
My only question is, I guess it's for you, Lance. This, says, it mentioned something about a community outreach form. Is that something that is standard with our application now?
That's the question.
Sorry, so it mentioned something about they provided a community outreach form. Is that for the community engagement piece? And that's something that's standard with our application now?
Yes.
Thank you. No other questions?
Call for the vote.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Item number 7, we have 4108 Camellia Avenue and 3625 Harris Avenue from Take Investments LLC. And like to make the motion to reject this offer. It's contingent upon, this isn't a rejection. Excuse me. Yeah, can I talk to you for a minute, Janetta, please? Excuse me. What do you mean? Make it a rejection contingent, either rejection or it's a count. People. Okay. Okay. Looking at, yeah, okay. This is a rejection. I'd like to make the motion to reject this offer and, due to, incomplete projects, in the city at 4240 Sacramento and 2049 Alice.
Second?
Any questions? No questions. Call for the vote, please.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Yes.
Item number 8, we have properties listed on College, 2120, 2124, and 2126. I'd like to make the motion to counter, actually, this offer for $1,200 with closing, to accept this offer with closing being contingent upon approval of budget plans and financing. So for this offer, I'd like to make the motion to accept the offer with closing being contingent upon approval of budget and financing.
Second.
Next, we have item number, okay, call for the vote. Previous roll.
Call or previous roll.
You say previous roll. Okay. Previous roll. Okay. Item number 9, properties are listed in Exhibit A, 1421 North Newstead, 1423 and 5172 Page, and it's being submitted by Russell Realty Group, LLC. I'd like to make the motion to reject this offer due to insufficient financial resources to support the project.
Second.
Do you have a question?
I think I have a question on this one. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I understand, going forward, that we're being consistent with what it means, what fiscal capability means. So I don't know if we have some standard rules around that, but, when we ask someone to prove finances, and then we ask them for the project cost, is there a percentage there, including the cost of the purchase of property? Because sometimes it seems inconsistent to me, and I may not have all the information that you all do internally, but just making sure that looks consistent and is transparent for the community so that they understand as well.
Okay.
So I guess more of a comment and a request, but.
Okay. Been moved in second. I'd like to call for the vote on this one.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Next, item number 10, we have 4465 Greer Avenue, and that's being presented by Kevin Bramlett and Shay Myra Fields. And I'd like to make a motion to reject this offer in favor of another offer.
Where's the
Do I
other
have a
offer?
second?
Is that gonna come up?
Yes, number 6. Yeah.
Second.
It's been moved in second. If there's no question, previous roll for the vote.
No objection.
Previous roll. Motion carries. Item number 11, we have 4816 Anderson, presented by Passion Johnson. Like to make the motion to reject due to insufficient financial resources to support the project.
Second.
It's been moved in second. Any question?
No.
Hearing no question, previous roll for the vote. No objection, motion carries. Item number 12, 5206 Theodosia Avenue, presented by Erica Jones. I make the motion to reject this offer due to insufficient financial resources to support the project. Do you have a second?
Second.
It's been moved in second. Any questions? Hearing no questions, call for previous roll as the vote.
No objection.
Motion carries. Item number 13, 5717 Kennerly and 5651 Kennerly, presented by C. Ward Construction. And on this one, I'd like to make the motion to defer this offer pending input from the community prior to making a decision.
Second.
Been moved in second. Are there any questions?
No.
Hearing no questions, call for previous roll as the vote. And no objections, motion carries. Next, we have item number 14. And I do have a question of staff before I go into this.
We need a motion first and then.
Okay. As clarification. No.
Yes.
Okay.
Did you want to?
Yes, yes, I do. All right, okay. Yeah, so it's like, okay, all right, okay. Okay, item number 14, I'd like to make the motion that we accept the offer with closing being contingent upon approval of budget plans and financing. Do I have a second?
Second.
It's been moved in second. Is there a question?
Commissioner, I have a question.
Sure.
But I just really wanted to state in this moment that this, item number 18 at 5939 Sherry Avenue was referred from the March 29 meeting, and they were, tasked to do community engagement, and that community engagement was conducted and documented, so it's back in front of you.
Okay,
Just want to provide that background and clarity.
okay, thank you.
Oh, sorry. And it's for budget and financing, not plans.
Okay,
As far as the recommendation.
okay, okay. approval of budget and financing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. So, it's been moved second, question, previous roll.
No
Let's vote.
objection.
No objection, motion carries. Item number 13, I'm sorry, not 13, we're going to 15. Okay, sorry about that, don't want to go backwards here. Okay. Item number 15, 5405 Clover, presented by LaDonna McKinley. And this offer again is back in front of us, from the March 29th meeting. And I'd like to, pending looking at the reviewing information we have in front of us, I make the motion to defer this offer to the June 28th, 2023 meeting, in order to request additional financial information to support the project.
Second, but with some clarity needed. Let me think this.
Okay, it's been moved in second. Question?
So 5405 Clover, and I'm skipping ahead to 16. That was on another offer from someone at number 16. Harold Wilson made an offer on 4 properties. And the community engagement piece, did they support the purchase of both of these people purchasing that specific property? Or did they only support the 2 that are coming up on 16?
For clarity, they supported the purchase of a 5405 Clover for Ms. McKinney. For the other offer, Mr. Wilson, they said he could choose one of the others. So there was actually 2 of the properties requested for the Sherry and the Clover were also involved for some of the others. That is the reason why they went with the 60-40 together, and this is still running.
Okay, so I was just wanting to clarify what the committee had actually said, the community committee had actually said. So, okay, now we can go back to 15, and now I know what's going on. Thank you.
Okay. Been moved second, and questions answered. Call for the previous roll as the vote.
No objection.
No objection, motion carries. Okay. Item number 16. In item number 16, we are looking at countering for the acceptance of 6043 Emma and 5211 Genevieve for $2,000, with closing being contingent upon approval of budget and financing. We are excluding 5939 Sherry Avenue and 5405 Clover Avenue from this offer, as it is part of another offer and submitted and in lieu of another offer being considered. So I make the motion to counter this offer with acceptance of 6043 Emma and 5211 Genevieve for $2,000, with closing contingent upon approval of budget and financing.
Second?
It's been moved and second. Are there any questions?
No.
Hearing no questions, previous roll as the vote. If there's no objections, motion carries. Next, we have item number 17. We have 5939 Sherry Avenue and 5941 Sherry Avenue, submitted by Melvin Carr, and I make the motion to reject this offer in favor of another offer. Do I have a second?
Second?
Been moved in second. Is there a question?
No.
No question. Previous roll as the vote.
No objection.
Motion carries. The next category is development.
Section C, development. The development program are offers for parcels owned by LRA that consist of physical structures, single-family residences, side lots, 2FF, 4FF, et cetera, for the rehab and/or construction of any combination of the following: mixed-use buildings, multiple residential buildings with more than 6 units, or commercial projects. And we have no development offers.
Okay.
Section D is the general lot purchase program. The general lot purchase program provides guidelines for the sales of LRA lots, Class A lots, for any purpose other than new construction, building rehab, or development. And number 18.
Okay. Number 18, we have the lots listed on Delmar for your review. These offers are presented by Livingston Naganga, and make the motion to reject the offer 4142, 4146, and 4160 in favor of another offer.
And acceptance of
In acceptance of the one exhibit A, the acceptance of Taylor. So the motion is to accept 1308 South Taylor with the rejection of 4160, 4146, and 4142 in favor of another offer.
second.
It's been moved and second. Are there any questions?
No.
Hearing
I have a question.
Yeah.
On item number 18, for the acceptance of 1308 South Taylor, that is with contingent approval of paving and fencing and landscaping.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure.
In the motion, if we can add that the motion states to accept the acceptance of 1308 South Taylor with closing being contingent on approval of paving, fencing, and landscaping. And the rejection is of 4142, 4146, and 4160 in favor of another offer.
Second.
Second, okay. Been moved in second, and previous roll call, no objections, motion carries. Next on our agenda is 5022 Maple Avenue, presented by Everett Simmons the second and Jatrice Simmons. Like to make the motion to reject that due to the condition of existing properties that are city-owned.
Second.
It's been moved and second. Are there any questions? Hearing no questions, call for the previous roll as the vote.
No objection.
No objection, motion carries. Next, we have 1163 Albert, presented by Wakal Investments, WCAL Investments, LLC, David Walker and Cheryl Walker, and I'd like to make the motion to counter this offer for $3,400 with closing contingent upon approval of fencing, paving, landscaping, budget, and financing. Do you have a second?
Second.
It's been moved in second. Any questions?
Hold on.
No
One
questions.
second.
No questions. Okay. Hearing no questions, previous roll as the vote, there's no objections, motion carries.
Okay, we're on 21, okay.
Next on our agenda, item number 21, 5637 Vernon Avenue and 5643 Vernon Avenue. We made the motion, I'd like to make the motion to counter this offer, counter the offer for $8,425, with closing being contingent upon approval of plans, budget, and financing.
Sorry, Lance got me off.
21.
All right. I actually did have some questions in the last one. Second,
It's been moved in second. Are there any questions?
no.
Okay. Hearing no questions, call for the previous roll as the vote. If there are no objections, motion
No
carries.
objections.
Next, we have 4307 College Avenue and 4310 College Avenue, the one that we heard the presentation for today. Like to make the motion that we defer this offer pending input and hearing from the community, having the offer to provide community input.
Second,
It's been moved in second. Are there any questions?
none for me.
Hearing no question, previous roll as the vote. Next on our agenda, we have next on our agenda, number 23, we have 1908 Core Avenue and 1906 Core Avenue, presented by Aman Nasheed Alam, and I make the motion to defer this offer pending community input.
Second,
It's been moved in second. Are there any questions?
no questions.
Hearing no questions. Explanation. It's going to be part of the resolution. So resolution number what? 78. Is that 78? That's part of. So it's done the question. Okay. 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 Point of clarity, did we?
We vote on 20.
Did we vote on 23?
Oh, no, I think you got to stop.
Okay.
So,
All right.
you're ready for it.
Okay. All right. Item, in 23, just for clarification, 1908 Core and 1906, we made the motion to defer that offer pending community input. And we had a second.
Second.
And call for previous roll as the vote. Hearing no objections.
No objections.
We will, motion carries on that. 1908, point of clarification, 1908, thank you. Next on our agenda, we have, item number 24, it's 4133 Geraldine. There's going to be, in this particular, on this particular offer, I'd like to make the motion to reject this offer, and we will address it in, later, as we review resolution number 78. So my motion at this time is to reject the offer for 4133 Geraldine.
Second?
It's been moved and second. Question?
Commissioner Brown, I have a
Sure.
question.
Sure.
So for the record, parcel number 40, addressed at 4133 Geraldine, it is a recommendation to reject this offer, whereas in resolution 078, we will be taking an action to preserve a series of parcels for this use, and so we will be able to circle back with this property when we have a product in place. I'll provide further clarity as we go through resolution 078.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, that being the case, if there are
Just
no...
one more question.
Okay, additional question.
Just due to the nature of this project, I do hope that we're going to obtain some community engagement around that, if it's considered later.
All right. Okay.
That's it.
All right. Hearing no additional questions, I call for previous roll as the vote. If there are no objections, the motion carries.
No objections.
Next, we have 1622 Arlington Avenue, presented by Dewan Butler, and I'd like to make the motion that we counter this offer and counter it at $1,800 with closing contingent upon approval of fencing, paving, and landscaping.
Second?
Been moved in second. Are there any questions? Hearing no questions, previous roll as the vote. No objections, motion carries. 2654 Plover. I make the motion to counter this offer at 5524 Plover for $3,692 as a 12-month option, with closing contingent upon approval of paving, fencing, and landscaping.
Second?
It's been moved in second. Are there any questions? Hearing no question, previous roll as the vote. No objections, motion carries. Item number 27, 8565 Mora Lane, submitted by James Calvin Clark Sr., and I make the motion to accept this offer with closing contingent upon approval of fencing, paving, and landscaping.
Second?
It's been moved in second. Are there any questions? Hearing no questions, previous roll as the vote, and no objections, motion carries. Item number 28, we have 2126 Warney Avenue, and that's submitted by Gwendolyn Parnell. And I'd like to make the motion to defer this action until a future meeting. It's due to an insurance claim.
Second?
Okay. It's been moved in second. Any questions? Hearing no questions, I call for previous roll, and motion carries on that. Next, item number 29 at 2504 Salisbury Street, Grab My Bag, Inc. I make the motion to accept that offer, contingent upon budget and financing.
Second?
It's been moved in second, and hearing no objections, call for previous roll. Yes. Yes.
Go to appointment authority.
Okay, all right,
It's just your amendment.
okay, okay.
And you can just accept the $1,000.
Yeah.
Pass it over.
And you just go to,
Yeah,
we just
that doesn't
accept
need to
it,
be
we'll
part
just
of
go
your
to
motion.
accept it.
Okay.
Okay, all right,
It's not discretionary.
okay, all right. Okay. The motion carries. Next on our agenda is the sidelight program.
Section E, the side lot program. Side lot program are parcels owned by LRA that consist of unoccupied ground that are too small to support new construction. These non-buildable lots are parcels that are less than 4,000 square feet and cannot be contiguous to another LRA parcel. These lots are made available and affordable to adjacent property owners to be used as a side lot and expand personal property.
Thank you. Item number 30, 4553 Newberry Terrace, presented by Biff Prop and Preservation LLC, and I make the motion to accept the offer.
Second.
It's been moved in second, previous roll as the vote.
No objection.
Motion carries. Item number 31, 4463 Evans Avenue, I make the motion to accept the offer.
Second.
It's 4464, excuse me? Okay, 4464 Evans Avenue. I make the motion to accept the offer.
Second.
It's been moved in second, previous roll as
No
the vote, no objection, motion carries. Next, we have item number 32, is 4813 Northland Avenue. I make the motion to accept the offer.
Second.
It's been moved in second, previous roll as the vote. There are no objections, motion carries. Next on our agenda are the option renewals.
Section F, option renewals. Option renewals are offers requests for additional time to complete project due to the construction delays, funding, etc., on options that are near expiration. Offers must display proof of consistent progress to receive renewals of options and extensions of time.
First item in this category, item number 33, the properties listed on Whittier are listed in Exhibit A, and I'd like to make the motion that we accept the option of for $6,000, a 12-month option from Najep Properties LLC, with closing being contingent upon approval of plans, budget, and financing.
Second.
It's been motioned in second. Are there any questions?
No.
Question,
Sure.
as it relates to item number 3, the recommendation is that also final extension
Okay.
on this option.
Okay. the condition being that this is the final extension, is what you're saying, clarification to add that. It's been moved in second, hearing no objections, previous roll as the vote, and a motion carries. Item number 34, you have the property addresses listed in Exhibit A from the option renewal submitted by Ivan Shearer, and I'd like to make the motion that we accept the 12-month option for $14,100, with closing being contingent upon approval of plans, budget, and financing.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. Are there any questions? Hearing no questions, I call for previous roll as the vote. And if there are no objections, motion carries. Next, item number 35, offer presented by Project 180 STL. You have the items, the addresses listed below in Exhibit A, and I'd like to make the motion that we accept a 12-month option renewal request for $15,134, with closing being contingent upon approval of plans, budget, and financing.
Second?
Been moved in second. Are there any questions?
Question.
Sure.
So item 35, I'm aware of this project. They've actually applied for MHBC funding, and that you all may or may not know, MHBC sometimes requires 2 to 3 cycles for that additional funding to come through. Additionally, SLDC has made an investment of, I can't remember the exact dollar amount, I think $750,000 in this project. And so I would offer an amendment to have this option be more than 12 months, whereas the LIHTC process can take longer. So I'm offering for this option to be extended to 4 months versus 12 months.
Okay.
Just as a follow-up comment, I want to make sure that we're being just as generous with small-time neighborhood people who are trying to buy these properties. So when we have our limit on options, are we going to offer a 24-month option or something like that to, smaller developers or individuals?
So we can make that adjustment, Commissioner. In some cases, folks who are on a third request probably have accumulated up to 5 years in options already. And so we will explore ensuring that there's equitable access to options.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yes,
Okay. I amend my motion from 12-month option to a 24-month option. Okay. So, second.
Second. Sorry. Second the amendment.
Okay. So it's been moved in second. If there are no additional questions, previous roll as the vote. No objections, and motion carries. Item number 36. We are on option renewal, the 6th request, but again, I'm sure this is with the MHBC additional funding for the offer for 3506 Morgan Ford Road, submitted by Tower Grove CDC, based on the information that we have been presented. I'd like to make the motion to accept a 12-month option, being that this is the sixth request, a 12-month option for $15,884, with closing being contingent upon approval of plans, budget, and financing.
Second.
Condition is that this is the final extension.
Second.
Been moved and second. Are there any additional questions? Hearing no questions, I call for the previous roll as a vote, and no objection, motion carries. Item number 37, we have 3246 19th Street, 3248 19th Street, and 3252 19th Street. This is the second option renewal request presented by LaShawna Kelly and Angelica Ware. I'd like to make the motion that we accept the 12-month option for $3,656, with closing being contingent upon approval of plans, budget, and financing.
Second.
It's been moved in second. Any questions? Hearing no questions, I call for the previous roll as the vote, and if there's no objection, motion carries. Item number 38, we have a third request for 3101 South Jefferson, LLC, care of Thomas Pickle, and make the motion to accept a 12-month option for of $250,000, with closing being contingent upon approval of plans, budget, and financing, with the condition that this is the final extension.
Second.
Been moved in second. Are there any questions? Okay. Hearing no questions, I call for the previous roll as the vote. With no objections, motion carries. Next, in our presentation, we have the Prop NS.
Prop NS, stabilized buildings, Section G. The Prop NS program is a strategic initiative with a goal of stabilizing vacant residential buildings owned by the City of St. Louis Land Reutilization Authority, LRA, which offers them for sale. The program was established by a community initiated and voter-approved ordinance to create a dedicated source of funding to make it possible for LRA to improve properties within the city's land bank of vacant buildings. This investment is intended to increase the likelihood that these properties will be purchased by private parties who will then finish their rehab and transform current deteriorating buildings into decent housing for their communities.
Okay. Item 39, 4204 Casus, offer submitted by A Homes and More LLC. This offer, I'd like to make the motion that we reject this offer due to the condition of existing city property that is owned by this purchaser.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Are there any questions?
No.
Hearing no questions, I call for the previous roll as the vote. With no objection, motion carries. Next, we have, these were multiple offers, correct? So in this, I want to do a clarification. This is for 42. We had an A and B, and so with also as part of this 4204, we have Mr. Ransom and, what are we doing here? Okay. And I'd like to make the motion on this one as well, on the B file that's being presented by Urban Lux Development. rejection. I'd like to make the motion that we reject this offer due to the condition of existing properties and insufficient evidence of capacity to complete the project.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded on item B, urban luxe development, that we reject that offer due to the condition of existing properties and insufficient evidence. So it's been moved and second. Are there any questions? Hearing no questions, I call for previous roll as the vote. With no objection, the motion carries. Again, on item 40, we have multiple offers there. We have an A and B offer. The first one for 4748 Massett Avenue. Item A, submitted by Urban Lux Development. I make the motion on item A that we reject this offer due to the condition of existing properties that are owned in the city and insufficient evidence of capacity to complete the project.
Second?
It's been moved in second. Are there any questions? Hearing no questions, I call for previous roll as the vote. With no objection, the motion carries. Considering item B, presented by Adelia Magia, I'd like to, reviewing that, make the motion that we reject this offer due to insufficient financial resources to complete the project.
Second?
It's been motioned and seconded. Are there any questions? Not hearing any questions, I call for previous roll as the vote. With no objection, the motion carries. Next, we have two offers, and for 4726 Cobrilliant Avenue, one submitted by item A, Versatile Management Group, and item B, Shanita Bonner. Make the motion that we accept item A with closing being contingent upon approval of budget and financing, and reject item B, presented by Shanita O'Bonner.
Can we do that in one motion?
Can we do that in one? Okay, all right. Okay. So it's been moved in second. If there are no questions, I call for previous roll as a vote. With no objection, motion carries. Item 42. Again, we have multiple offers. We have multiple offers for 3938 through 40 Sullivan Avenue. We have offer presented by Tabernacle Community Development, item A. Item B, submitted by Versatile Management Group, LLC. Item C, presented by Chris Carter. And item D, presented by Van Brannan Properties. I'd like to make the motion that we accept item D, presented by Van Brannan Properties, with acceptance being contingent upon closing, with closing being contingent upon approval of budget and financing. And I'd like to reject, in that same motion, to reject A, B, and C in lieu of that acceptance of that offer.
Second?
Okay. It's been moved in second. Are there any questions? Hearing no question, I call for previous roll as the vote. With no objection, motion carries. Item, we have multiple offers on 5443 Genevieve. We have item A, presented by Amber Cole. We have item B, presented by Demetria T. McKenzie. And we have item C, presented by Urban Lux Development. I'd like to make the motion that we accept item A, presented by Amber Cole, with acceptance. That we accept item A with closing being contingent upon approval of budget and financing, and reject items B and C in lieu of offer acceptance by another offer.
Second.
It's been moved in second. Are there any questions? Hearing no questions, I call for previous roll as a vote. With no objection, the motion carries. Again, we have multiple offers. We have multiple offers on 44. We have 5459 Genevieve. We have item A, offer submitted from Chris Carter. We have item B, submitted by Adelia Magia. And item A and B. And I'd like to make the motion that we accept item A in lieu of, that we accept item A and reject item B.
Second?
It's been moved in second. Are there any questions?
No, but we do roll call.
Okay. And this one, I'd like to call for the vote.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Bowe?
Abstain?
Motion does not carry, with it just being the two. Motion does not carry. Okay. All right, next on our agenda, we have item number 45, and we have 3955 Ashland Avenue. We have an offer submitted by Tabernacle Community Development, and based on information presented, make the motion that we reject the offer. There are some outstanding existing properties that need to be addressed, and so insufficient information and capacity. So I make the motion that we reject this offer.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. Are there any questions?
Just one question.
Sure.
It looks like the properties that they've purchased from LRA are in good condition, and they seem to be demonstrating that they're working on the things that they purchased from us. In the circumstance of organizations like this, who are kind of repeat customers or experienced developers, do we ever give any sort of preference to letting them have an option to purchase and hold on to it until they finish their properties? Or do we want to make sure they're all done before they have any opportunities to obtain anything else?
So Commissioner, I'll respond to that. Properties are not available, be considered under an option.
Okay, thank you. That's it.
Okay.
You can call for the vote.
Okay. Call for the vote.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Yes.
Motion carries. Next in our category, we have donations.
Donations are parcels which consist of unoccupied ground or structures owned by constituents who desire to donate due to no longer wanting the property or being incapable of maintaining the upkeep. The donation is entered in the LRA inventory and sold using the LRA process.
First on our agenda under this category, we have 4358 Labadee Avenue. I'd like to make the motion that we accept this offer, with it being contingent upon the cleanup of the property and the area.
Second?
Been moved in second. Are there any questions? Hearing no questions, call for previous roll as the vote.
No objections.
No objections, motion carries. Next, item number 47, we have 5574 Greer Avenue, submitted by Jamar Sims Sr., and I'd like to make the motion that we accept this offer with closing being contingent upon the cleanup of the property and the area.
Second?
Next, in terms of donation, hearing nothing, the motion carries. Sorry about that. Okay. Next donation, Next donation we have is 2116 East Adelaide, presented by William Johnson. I make the motion that we accept this donation.
Second?
Our next donation is, okay, second. So I call for the previous roll as a vote. If there's no objection, the motion carries. Okay. All right. Next, we have item number 49, 3730 Cook, presented by, granted to us by Grand Preservation and Development. I make the motion that we accept this donation.
Second?
It's been moved in second. Are there any questions?
Nope.
Hearing no questions, call for previous roll as a vote. With no objection, motion carries. Item number 50, 4200 East Cook Avenue, property presented by Grand Preservation and Development. I make the motion that we accept the donation.
Second?
It's been moved in second. If there are no questions, I call for previous roll as the vote. With no objection, motion carries. Item number 51, 4202 East Cook Avenue, again presented by Grand Preservation and Development. Make the motion that we accept the donation.
Second?
It's been moved in second. With no further questions, call for the previous roll as the vote. With no objection, motion carries. 5729 through 33 Labadee Avenue, presented by Carolyn Jaley. I'd like to make the motion that we accept the donation.
Second, but my agenda stops at 55.
Here. Any second?
Yes.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded. If there are no questions, I call for previous roll as the vote. With no objection, motion carries.
All right, miscellaneous. Miscellaneous items are requested changes from the original approved board decision. These may include a change of end use, name change, etc. The request must go before the board for consideration.
We have one item under this category as we removed item number 54 from the agenda. The item is 5701 Lincoln Way, and we move to accept, that information there. I make a motion that we accept this with a sales price of $15,000, for the survey plat.
Second?
Make a motion that we accept. It's been moved and seconded. Do we have any questions? Yes, please.
Clarification on item number 53.
Sure.
5701 Lincoln Way, AKA 5700. The reduction in price is not as a result of the expense of the replatting, but the actual reduction of square footage on the parcel due to the replatting.
Okay.
Just a point of clarification.
Okay. Clarification. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that clarification. Okay, so the motion is to accept. It's been moved and seconded, with clarification. Are there any additional questions? Hearing no additional questions, I call for previous roll as the vote. And is there no objection? Motion carries. Okay. So next on our agenda, we will move along to our resolutions. The first resolution that we have is resolution item number 76, resolution number 23 LRA-076. And with this resolution, it authorizes the execution of a lease with Spire, Missouri, Inc. for the use of certain vacant LRA land in the Fountain Park neighborhood to install a temporary regulator station. With that, I would like to turn it over to Lance for further clarification and information regarding this resolution.
Commissioner, thank you for the opportunity.
Sure.
Resolution number 23, LRA 076. As we continue to support the redevelopment of the city of St. Louis, the infrastructure that needs to be addressed across the city continues to grow, and Spire, Missouri is working with us and extending an option or asking for access to continue to bring that service, to increase the service to that community. And so we're hoping that the board approves the lease, and the lease term is estimated to be $250 per month for 7 months.
Thank you. With the information that we've been presented, I make the motion that we accept the resolution number 23 LRA 076.
Second?
It's been moved in second. Are there any questions? Hearing no questions, I call for the vote.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Powell?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Okay, all right. All right, next on our agenda, we have the consideration for resolution number 23 LRA 77. I'd like to turn that over to Director of Real Estate Lance Knuckles to present.
Thank you, Commissioner Brown. Again, I have before you resolution number 23 LRA 077. This is a resolution authorizing LRA to enter into a subrecipient agreement with the Community Development Administration to carry out American Rescue Plan Act ARPA initiatives. As a high-level summary, the resolution authorized the acceptance of funds and the execution of work program contracts between the Land Revitalization Authority and the City of St. Louis, Missouri LRA, and the City of St. Louis Community Development Administration, parenthetically CDA, for the implementation of the LRA Commercial Stabilization Program in the amount of $4.5 million. Some background on this, I'll just read the first paragraph and then offer some additional context for commissioners. But as you all know, in December 2022, the City of St. Louis Board of Aldermen allocated a portion of the second tranche of state and local fiscal recovery funds, or SLRF, funds to CDA for ARPA eligibility program. $26 million was allocated to the Proactive Development Initiative, of which $4.5 million has been passed through to LRA for the LRA Commercial Stabilization Program. This program is in conjunction with work that SODC has undertaken as a result or part of our Economic Justice Action Plan. We have conducted a series of engagement activities with community about prioritizing development projects that are historic in nature, and that historic in nature is not necessarily national designation, but historic in designation of community value and asset and benefit. And so there are a number of projects that are being considered through that engagement protocol. One is Sarah Lou Cafe. One is Chuck Berry House, and then the Club Imperial are projects that are being considered as fitting this program. And so these funds will be dispersed through an RFP process to invest in the stabilization of these properties, and then a subsequent community engagement activity to allow for community to understand how to align those projects with community benefit and needs.
Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
With that understanding, I'd like to make a motion that we adapt resolution number 23 LRA dash 077.
Second.
It's been moved in second. If there are no further questions, okay. Okay. Again, I'd like to make the motion. It's been moved in second. Call for the vote to approve resolution 23 LRA dash 77. Call for the vote, please.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Our next and last resolution that we have is resolution number 23 LRA dash 078, and I'd like to turn it over to Director Lance Knuckles for explanation.
Commissioner Brown, thank you. Again, I have in front of you the resolution number 23 LRA dash 078. This resolution is approving properties located in certain areas as appropriate to be classified under the provision of the Municipal Land Reutilization Law. Summary to note is that the Land Reutilization Authority, LCRA, Commission has the authority to classify all parcels in its own into, including the C in the LRA inventory as required by Municipal Land Reutilization Statute, Section 92.9 of the bill, etc., subsequent of the revised state statute of Missouri for the LRA. The resolution approves Request approval for the LRA properties located in the areas listed in Exhibit A and attached here to incorporate herein by the reference declassified fees for 12 months. Commissioners, what I have in front of you is a series of parcels with the majority of them representing all of the current garden leases in the city of St. Louis that are active. This action is to ensure that these parcels are not sold until we conduct community engagement this summer and partner with community to identify a pathway to ownership, and so that these parcels will not be subjugated to potential sale as we move through that training process. And we will be communicating to all the leaseholders at this moment in time that commitment and looking for partnership to conduct that community engagement. Upon new products being brought back to this body for consideration of urban agriculture or green infrastructure, we would then offer the opportunity for all the property owners or the leaseholders on these parcels within this list, first opportunity to purchase these parcels for said use. So I seek your support to continue to strengthen our relationship with community and offer a pathway for us to create legitimate ownership of green parcels in the city of St. Louis.
Okay, thank you. With that, I'd like to make the motion that we accept resolution number 23 LRA-078.
Second?
It's been moved and second. Are there any questions?
None at this time.
Hearing no questions, I call for previous roll as the vote. With no objection, motion carries. Okay. Next on our agenda, we have the director's report.
Commissioner Brown, Commissioner Powell. This morning, I would defer and offer time back as the more critical items that I think are pertinent for this body to be aware you all have provided support and approval for us to continue to address community gardens in this community where we have experienced a phenomenal amount of community engagement that has been thoughtful and considerate, and I want to make sure that we take the opportunity to partner and collaborate in a way that allows us to create a true pathway forward to ownership. And so I will yield the floor back to the commissioners to move to adjourn this meeting.
Okay. Thank you very much. Our next commission meeting is scheduled for June 28th, 2023. And now I would like to make the motion or adjourn this meeting. Thank you. All right. Thank you, everyone, for your time and your attention.